Hello guys, once again I'd like to welcome you to 45 TV, and on today's episode we got a special guest for you. She goes by the name Amma.
Hi everybody.
Hi Amma.
Hi.
Welcome to 45 TV.
Thank you.
And then we just wanted to quickly have a small discussion about certain things that is, basically going on in my life, your life, and other people out there as well. So we're just gonna tackle some few issues that probably it can help people out there to also make sense of it. So to begin with, I would like to get all of you to understand that this discussion is going to be based on our life, our lifestyle, and then our work lifestyle. So basically, I'm trying to say that how does our lifestyle affect our work life, or the vice versa as well? What is your opinion about our work life, and then what is your opinion on what our lifestyle is as well?
So both are a necessity. I can definitely say our lifestyle is our everyday lifestyle. It's inevitable. We can't avoid living life, right? And work life is mandatory because we need an income to survive, right? And our lifestyle, that includes our relationship with friends, our partner, our family members, what we do on our spare time, like any physical activity or any type of hobby that we have, anything that interests us, right? So that kind of goes in that umbrella of lifestyle. And it's really important to know how to balance out the two. Like, you need to have an equilibrium, because if you don't know how to balance out the two, you will crash. So it's always important to, sometimes you have to step back and reset yourself. If you have to block out everything to just kind of reset yourself by taking time alone, like journaling, writing things down, or sending yourself voice notes, and just isolating yourself from all of that, all the activities, just to avoid burning out. I feel like it's really important, because sometimes we as humans, we overwork ourselves, right? And we feel like we can do it all. We have to work. Some people have the 9-to-5 job, they have to do that. If they miss a day, it's going to affect them in the long run with bills and whatever, right? But they still also want to enjoy their life, right? And also be there for the people that they care about. So they also have to provide time into that, and there's only 24 hours in a day. So sometimes that 24 hours can feel like it's short, just because how much work we're putting into both, right? Sometimes we have to just isolate and then put ourselves first and just give ourselves time to recharge.
Okay, so I would like you to comment, right? Because there's a discussion, all right? I would like you to comment, and don't forget to subscribe and also like, all right? Because we're trying to bring you the very best content we can, all right? So don't forget to comment, because your comment is very important to us. All right. Okay. So moving forward, I want to say a little bit about what you said, because I feel like in our everyday life, there's a lot of things going on in people's lives, right?
Yeah.
And most of them, they don't have people to talk to, or probably they don't have people to go to about certain issues and all that kind of stuff. So what would you say is the ideal thing to do? Supposedly you're in a family of let's say you come from a family of maybe you being the only boy or you being the only girl, and then the other siblings that looks up to you, because basically you need to wake up, make sure they are good, make sure you prepare for work and all that kind of stuff, right? That's a different kind of stress altogether.
Yes.
So what would you say will help such a person to put in a particular routine, this is what I'm going to do, and how he or she's going to do it?
I'll definitely say, some people, it works for them once they see everything visually written down. So let's say if you have a notebook or a board, you can just write down everything that you have planned for the day and the time, as well as throughout the week, however way you want to put it. If you have an outline of how you see your day-to-day activity planned out to be, that might help. It's organize yourself so it's not chaotic, right? Okay. And I'm somebody that doesn't do that, but I know it does work for some people. Me, I would put it in my calendar. It's easier for me to put it on my calendar. Some people, they like to write it down, or they like to type it out, and have it like a timetable, set up for them. But me, I just put it in my calendar, or I send myself voice notes reminders to my phone or my WhatsApp. I will send myself voice notes reminders. So there's different ways to kind of help yourself. And once you're stressed, because I can relate, I have 4 younger siblings, and it's I'm the mommy, so sometimes I get burnt out, running around doing everything. So sometimes I just talk to God, because like you said, not everybody, even though I can't relate, like I have people who I can go to and talk to, not everybody has that, someone who they can go to discuss, hey, this is bothering me, or I feel burnt out, I feel tired, I feel overwhelmed with X, Y, and Z. So sometimes, like if I don't want to burden anyone, I just talk to God, or I talk to myself in the mirror. As crazy as it might look, I'll just talk to myself to try to make myself come back to reality, like, hey, it's gonna be okay, this is what's happening, but it's gonna be fine. Like, just take it step by step and just like retract for a bit and then see what you can take out of the load. Like sometimes the load in your day can be too heavy, and it's okay to space it out. You don't have to do everything in one day. You can space it out. Like the world is not ending tomorrow, God willing. Yeah. But yeah, it's better to like take things steady and don't overdo what you can do. Like just work within your limit. Yeah.
I think the last part really got to me when she said you need to talk to God, because yeah, I think we all come from different homes, different religions and all that kind of stuff. So however you feel like you can probably communicate to God, you need to do it. Yeah. All right? It's not necessarily you going down your knees or you putting your fingers together, standing or kneeling in front of your bed to pray. You can pray to God at any time. You can have a conversation with him because he's there. You understand? Yes. Okay, thank you very much. So,
absolutely.
Going forward, yeah, there's one thing I personally, have had challenges with, because I feel like everything is coming down on my neck, and I don't know what to do or who to tend to, or what my next course of action will probably be. You get it? So, such a person, would you say I need to talk to other people about my problems so that they can probably offer me some suggestions on how I can go about certain things like that? Or you probably say I should keep stuff to myself and find ways and means I can, work my way up from that?
That's a good question. So someone really special once told me, a problem shared is half solved. Right? So when multiple heads come together, that does help alleviate some of the stress. And it's not everybody that you have to go to regarding your personal matter, or your issues. If you feel like, okay, this person is just going to be someone that's going to hear my issue and not give me substantial information to assist me. So it's better to kind of do an assessment on the people who you feel like, okay, can give you good information, right? So it's not just you go to anybody, right? So the quality people that you can feel like, okay, this person can help me, give me sound advice. So I'm not just wasting my time like expressing myself. At the end of the day, I will feel bad that this person knows my issues and I'm not getting help in return, right? So you kind of have to assess the people around you to determine, okay, is this person worthy enough to hear this issue that I'm having? Or do I just keep it to myself and just go to my number one source, which is God, right? Because at the end of the day, God will not fail us, right? So I feel like it is good to share some issues that you might have, but you don't have to go too deep. If you feel uncomfortable, follow that gut feeling. Always trust your instincts. Like if you don't feel comfortable at that moment sharing certain information with a particular individual, then don't do it. No one can force you, right? The moment you feel at ease and you feel comfortable, then you can go ahead and be like, hey, so I just want to talk to you about X, Y, and Z that's disturbing me. And who knows, that person might help, provide a solution for you and you'll be fine. Yeah.
So let's say people like those of them in relationships, right? Being a man or being a woman who has a boyfriend or has a girlfriend, and then they've probably been together for some number of years, and then one has a tight schedule and the other one doesn't. How would you be able to balance that? Because then you have to wake up early, go to work. At some point, you might even forget. You can't call your partner to say good morning, how was your night, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So how are you going to be able to balance that when you are probably when you're a person and then you find yourself in that situation, like you being in a relationship? How are you going to balance it?
So that does happen. Believe it or not, that does happen with a lot of people. A lot of people who I currently know are experiencing that as well. And it all boils down to communication, right? And understanding and patience. I feel like those three are very important. You need to communicate your feelings with your partner. So let's say if your partner did not have that busy schedule in the beginning, right? And then you guys were seeing each other as often as you wanted to and spending time with each other. The communication was great. And then all of a sudden their schedule kind of got more tight, and then they had to, sacrifice use time with, work time. Then that communication needs to be had with your partner on how we can work around this, because if you don't communicate, you're just going to grow bitterness and resentment towards your partner, right? And they are just working, trying to like better their life, right? And sometimes it's like circumstances makes you take extra shifts, right? Like there's certain things that make you do overtime or get a second job, right? Everybody has financial reasons into like working the amount of hours they work. So he could be working towards helping a family member out that needs more money, or you never know the person's reason for working more than they used to, right? So that person also has to communicate that to the partner. This is why I'm working as much as I am now compared to before, because of X, Y, and reason. And if your person that you're dating really loves you and understands that, okay, this is like a temporary situation due to X, Y, and Z reasons, then they will understand. But if they don't understand and they're giving you a tough time, after you gave them a valid reason for why your schedule is kind of chaotic and why you have to limit your time with them, then you have to kind of reassess that relationship and be like, okay, this is something I can deal with long term, because, I explained the reasons why to my partner, why I'm working this hard, and they're not really understanding, even though I said it's temporary and I have to do this for now. It's just a short thing. So I feel like it all boils down to communication. And patience and transparency. So you have to be patient with your partner no matter what. And there's going to be times where you have to sacrifice certain things, right? And that will determine like, okay, your love for each other.
But generation of today, you can literally be honest and say that it's not everybody has the patience, right?
Yeah.
There might be some partners, you might be explaining to them your side of the whole struggle about work and then other issues, and then they might not see your point of view. Do you get it? And then I feel like there are some instances whereby some people find themselves in how do you call it? There's a word I want to use, but some people find themselves in a situation whereby one partner, based on one partner's busy schedule, the other partner is kind of doing something shady, either cheating or entertaining another person and all that kind of stuff, just because one partner is not making time for that person. So what would be the best way to literally communicate with one person? Explaining to him or her, okay, look, I know you're busy and all, but can you at least make 5 minutes for me within that busy schedule?
Exactly how you said it.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because I feel like just the way you said it, we need to communicate.
Yeah.
People in relationships need to communicate. But when that is not happening, that's when others on other relationship probably find they need to go seek attention elsewhere.
Yeah.
They need to go find self-fulfillment in another man or in another woman and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Looking at how most of us, we come from a Christian family, right? We know our responsibilities to ourselves and that of our family members is a lot. Even it goes down to the point that some of the times, you, the individual, you might not be able to make time for yourself.
Yeah.
You wouldn't get time to breathe. You wouldn't get time to take enough sleep and all this kind of stuff, right? So how do you go about stuff like that when everything is crowded? Like when you want to just get away, you want to be free, you want to have your own time to yourself. What do you do?
I isolate. I isolate myself. Like I mentioned in the beginning, sometimes it's good to just pull yourself away from all of that, right? Because I've had moments where I've burnt and crashed out. Like it was so bad. Like your health is your wealth. Like it's really important to get enough sleep and rest. And I'm somebody that, like in the beginning, before I used to feel like I was a robot because I have so much energy. I can do 1,000,001 things in one day. And at one moment, it's going to catch up on you, right? It's going to catch up on you. And it did for me. So I had to learn the hard way. And that's when I realized, okay, yes, like if I keep playing with my health by trying to do all these things, I'm going to crash. And the next time I crash is going to be worse than the first time, right? So that's when I realized, okay, I need to push back. I need to isolate myself. I need to learn how to say no, like to certain activities. If I'm asked to go here or go there, I cannot divide myself into like 50 pieces to go everywhere and be everywhere at once, right? Especially with balancing work life. So learning how to say no is something that I had to exercise, and also just be a little bit selfish because I'm very selfless. So I had to be a little bit selfish and be like, this is a necessity. I need to sleep, right? I need to rejuvenate. I need my energy to be A1 before I can give myself to the ones I love, like wholeheartedly, right? I cannot be half burnt and be doing things that's like slacky, right? Because I'm not all the way there. So I feel like isolating yourself, maybe turning off your phone, like telling people, hey, I'm not gonna be around. No, that kind of, it might scare someone if you say it like that. But just like sending a message saying, do not disturb or something like that, you know, or putting your phone on do not disturb literally and just sleeping or watching a movie till you relax and sleep off, like just isolating yourself and being with yourself, you know. Some people, they like to listen to soothing music, you know, and then that helps them sleep. Others, they like to go for a walk. Then after coming back home, the walk tires them out. Reading books, you know, doing artwork alone, just being in your own natural habitat without any type of external distractions really helps. But you have to take that initiative to practice it, right? That's the only way you're going to keep your sanity to not burn out. Because if you're always there for everybody and always doing one thing or the other, like you're going to forget that, oh, I didn't get like adequate amount of rest, you know, and then the next day you're going to be feeling really bad. Your body is going to be feeling so bad. And you're going to blame yourself, but like the damage has already been done, right? And then you have to make time for the other things you have lined up for the rest of the day.
But most people will be like, oh, nah, I'll make time for that. I'll just have to focus on work, focus on my family, and focus on my relationship. But they don't really get time for themselves.
Exactly.
They don't really get time for themselves.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big problem.
It is a big problem.
Because you're just one person, innit?
Yeah.
You literally need to make time for yourself more than you need to make time for any other person.
Exactly.
Because what you don't have, you can't give.
Exactly.
You understand?
That's what it is. What you don't have, you can't give. That's the key word here, because if you don't take care of yourself, like I said, you're going to be giving half energy to those that expect you to be fully there because you're tired, you're drained, right? Or you're not well. You see your immune system shutting down because you didn't get adequate amount of sleep or you forgot to eat, you know, things that I'm guilty of, right? So I'm speaking from experience. So it's really important to be a little bit selfish and put yourself first, so you can be fine for yourself before you can be fine for other people.
Yeah. Like she said, you need to be selfish. Not too much selfish, but you literally need to, you know, put yourself there first, yeah? You need to make sure you get enough time to sleep, drink a lot of water. Yeah? When you go to the hospital, probably you want to go for a checkup or something. Most of the times, that's the first thing they will tell you. You need to drink a lot of water to dehydrate. Anybody going through mental stress based on their work life, they are not being able to balance their work life and their normal day life in terms of family, friends, and relationship. You sincerely need to take a step back, right? You need to take a step back. Just have a plan, right? Schedule everything that you need to schedule accordingly, right? And work towards that, because I feel like that's going to help you at the long run. And then they don't forget, if you break down, there wouldn't be a lot of people there to help you. Most of them just let you be. They probably would say that you're probably going through something, so it's better they leave you alone.
Exactly.
Right? So you need to make time for yourself. It's literally very important. Okay, so getting to the end of this discussion here, I want to ask, so where are some of the best places somebody can literally go just to get away from all this noise, all this distraction? Yeah? What would you recommend that ideally, what works for you?
What works for me? My room. That's one. My bedroom. That's one. Something that's, you know, like not expensive. But another place that I highly recommend a lot of people in Toronto, Ontario, or anywhere in Ontario, if they're able to go to, is this place called Go Place. It's so good. It's so good. It's so soothing. It feels like you're in a different portal, in a different realm. Like you're escaping all the chaos. And it has everything, you know. It has saunas, it has a pool, it has a cold room, a hot room. It has like massage parlor. It has a place where you can do yoga. There's a place to like watch a movie and sleep. There's also a restaurant there. There's a place to read books. It's sort of like your own mini little escape area, you know, and it's really nice. It's really soothing. So I went there once and I enjoyed it. Like it was so good. Like I felt like my body was like, I took care of my body that day from that experience. And I was just like, this was 10 out of 10. But I understand not everybody can do that. So I would definitely say, like, you know, you can Google some some like quiet areas around your neighborhood, wherever you're from. Like if it's to go to a beach or go to a park, just, isolate yourself in the park, bring a blanket, just relax there. Or you can go for a walk. Like I love taking walks. I love taking long walks, and it's very therapeutic for me. It's just me walking, listening to music.
You have to be in a safe
neighborhood to do that. Yes. Again, this is just for me. You don't have to do that. It's just suggestions. Or going for a drive. Like if you're able to, if you have a car or a rental or maybe a bike ride, like just kind of going away from where you see the crowd is normally, hypothetically. Just moving away from the crowd. I feel like that will help.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, this is what we have for you today, yeah? But don't forget, it's very important. You need to subscribe, like, and comment as well. So until we meet again on our next episode, 45 TV, and then take care.